If you just said, if to me, look, we applied desktop and we tried to put 1 + 1, which gives us 2. Now there was room to increase that sum total into 3. Please say so. Okay? That is linked to the first question. Remember, link this to the first question. You speak of tendencies that are prevalent in places like KZN and Gauteng, and can I use the phrase here, tender hijackings? But you don't quantify that. Okay? So in actual fact, you could say, for instance, Mbombela experienced tender hijackings this season, starting here to here, and these are the amount of cases reported, at least that we know of. Because this is not necessarily area, but thank goodness we have a police minister in the form of Begitele, who prouds himself to say he's leading one of the departments that on an annual basis can tell you where are we in terms of GBV and other forms of crimes. So I'm expecting the same attitude from you in this respect, so that we can understand the gravity of the problem. I'm wondering, in your renewed organizational setup, and I'm talking from a national point of view, I still yet to hear the good story from Mpumalanga. Do you have a unit internally that deals with issues of knowledge management, and by extension, the function of monitoring and evaluation? And if such a unit does exist, is it manned by qualified persons? And by qualified, I mean, and maybe we should do this quickly, I mean persons with the right acumen. So the formula is acumen equals to qualifications, experience, attitude. So those 3 variables will constitute a competent SALGA knowledge management person. Can we find such in your ranks? Then lastly, how much investment have you put in strengthening the structural components of municipalities? I'm going to repeat myself. How much investment have you put in place in strengthening the structural components of municipalities? In other words, can you provide training agently like today, where there's skill shortage? And that training can be accredited, and in that process, you shall have provided tangible intervention. And not just, here's a report, it's all part of a talk show, and no consequence is observed. Chair, thanks.
Thanks, Prof. Commissioner Smanyoni.
Thank you, Chairperson. Salga delegation. My questions are relating to the role or powers and functions of Salga. And then maybe, pardon me for my not knowing, when was it established? When was Salga established? That's the first question. And then secondly, local government started in 1995. Before that, we had a transitional local government in 1994, TLCs and the like. And then only in 1995, we had the real local government. And then the bulk of your findings relate to challenges that started in 1994. Areas without water since 1994. So the question is, why do you start in 1994? Right, and then also the major of your observations or findings is aging infrastructure. Does it follow that since 1994, no infrastructure was upgraded? There were no upgrading of infrastructure. And then, well, the last question that I will ask, it will sound very awkward because it relates to no rain. Does it mean it has not been raining enough since 1994? What was the position before 1994? Do you have any information? What was the position before 1994? Was there any challenge of no water provision to the communities and the like? Those are my questions, Chairperson.
Thank you, Commissioner Spanioni. Over to you, Salga.
Thank you very much, Chair. Let us welcome the issues raised to us as the association, which we will attempt to reflect on them. Thank you very much for the opportunity also to have this engagement with yourselves. Probably what's going to be important is to really, if we are going to be able to assist in clarifying really the role of SALCA as we respond to the question. Because some of the questions probably may view SALCA as an organization that probably at some point in time must look like usurping the powers and functions of these municipalities. But let me start by saying SALCA is an association of municipalities. It looks like a union of municipalities, SALCA. Just to help so to understand SALCA, how it operates. By and large, when we say we lobby, we advocate on behalf of municipalities, that means in advancing and developing municipalities, but at the same time, SALCA has the responsibility of ensuring that municipalities are protected in this terrain wherein we're operating under the IGR that we are facing. But let me respond to the issues that have been raised so that I can save time. On the first question by Mr. Keso, the issue of re-engineering, the whole question of re-engineering, reviewal of the mission and vision structures of SALCA, it is done at national level, wherein all of us, we participate as a organized local government. The reason being that local government is dynamic, and while it is also politically, it has to do with ensuring that we keep ourselves abreast with developments around the globe. Remember, SALCA is also taking part in the international bodies of local governance. So that's why you normally see at the start of new terms of offices of councillors, there will be this review and ensure that we are geared up towards the new term of office, informed by the obtaining reality in the political realm in the globe. The issue of the skills and the skill shortages, what is the role of SALCA in ensuring that there is no complaint in the country, in all municipalities, about the issue of the skills, especially skills that are now already deployed in all the municipalities? The role of SALCA there remains to advise and advocate. To be honest, SALCA at a recruitment level of each and every municipality does not play any significant role in terms of the recruitment of officials in all municipalities. We are going to observe now, because when the term of office, maybe just let me answer in this fashion. What is a cause that makes us to always complain about skill shortages, lack of skills? It is because all the time when the local government term of office ends, we are going to see ourselves when the new leadership takes office. Number of officials, including your municipal managers, senior managers, will have their term of offices also ending. That's why SALCA is proposing and is lobbying for ensuring that some of these senior positions, also including the municipal managers, the directors, that these positions must be permanent, and yes, must be permanent. But it is different than the provincial and national government. A minister will come in at the beginning of the term, but you'll find the DGs, everybody already rolling the ball of service delivery. Whereas at local government, we are going to see it now. The new councillors are coming in after the 1st of November. Next year early, we're going to observe the end of contracts of municipal managers, all the directors. The new councillors, together with their administration, will be employing administration. That's where the problem kicks in. Myself as the executive mayor coming in, just to put it to you, where SALCA does not play an active role, I will want my own municipal manager. At some point in time, you may find that even if you may advise, but the decisions are taken at council level, and the council has all the power and authority to take any decision. Sometimes some of the decisions are wrong, are incorrect, but as SALCA, you don't have that opportunity to enter into that space. It is only the MEC of local government in the province who is given the responsibility to concur that appointment. But remember, the MEC will also look at the issues of qualifications and experience and so on. What I'm saying in terms of the skilling is one of the issues that probably when we go home, we must be also assisted as local government to ensure that as term of offices ends and the new councillors coming in, that they must be employing from the already existing pool. But it does not happen like that. I think the leadership does take my point to say the problem with local government, that we always have new people talking about now new skills, is that many positions are on contract. Then those who recruit, sometimes they recruit people that they know and that they understand and that they think they would be helping them. That is a hands-on experience from me. There are only few executive mayors who will say, I found this municipal manager here. Let us look at the performance of this MM and the officials, and you continue their appointment on that basis. But others, without even looking, they just see Mr. Chiro and said, no, I don't want Mr. Chiro. He's not going to help me. Let me get Mrs. Matumba here. New from probably education field and right to local government. If the Human Rights Commission can just take note of what I'm just presenting, probably it may be not that logically, but that is the problem that hinders the delivery of services in local. But SALCA, really, to be honest to ourselves, does not play a role there. And it cannot, because those things are legislated and they are fundamental responsibilities of council. And we are correct in our report that at some point in time, municipalities do defy provincial government. The MEC will say, I don't accept this person to be appointed as MM for the fact that probably he was not successful on a competence assessment. Local government, municipalities, some they will appoint in contravention of what the MEC is saying. We do have cases of that nature. So these are problems that are there. But what we always have emphasized as SALCA, and I am emphasizing as the term of office ends, we really need competent counselors, really skilled and knowledgeable counselors. If you have educated, knowledgeable counselors, they will think about these decisions when they take, unfortunately, of us. Unfortunately, Ms. Matumba, the processes that have been embarked upon now, to put counselors after the first, remember, some organizations have relegated them to the communities. What is going to come leadership? We are going to get other counselors, not insulting, with grade 10, 12, less. That's the product that is coming now. You must still come back. The product that is coming now, after this one, you are going to see counselors. Remember, organization will say, we want this. Community will just nominate Chira because Chira is always around here, not looking at an educational whatever of that. That's what you are going to see in the term of office of the 2021 up until to the end of the next term. So I'm saying also, I really don't know myself as an outgoing councillor. I'm an executive mayor, outgoing. I really don't know how are we going to assist these municipalities to ensure that in their organogram, they are employing skilled administrators who are competent, and also these councillors themselves, even if we do provide workshop of this nature, after we've identified skill gaps and so on, we do provide those. But these are not filtering into provisioning of really skills to make councillors to be able to take decisions that are really assisting the organization. I'm speaking as a practitioner in local government, whereas also as our experience as a SALCA. At the beginning of each term of office, SALCA do make skills gap analysis, looking at the records, but sometimes we are all shocked by the product that we get. Sometimes, to be honest, we really don't know where and how to start, because we are rolling out sometimes courses that are accredited by Vets University. Me, myself with grade 9, myself with grade 10. That's the problem that confronts local government. It's an open terrain. Probably there's nothing that we can do about it. It is political, but we don't relent. We continue ourselves as SALCA to play our role and assist the municipalities, councillors through workshops and so on. We also provide, there was a question on the issue of water services development plan, why municipalities are water service authority, but they are unable to develop their own water service development plan. I'm so very much happy here in Mpumalanga, all municipalities are water services authority. It means a lot. It means that municipalities must be able to provide water services with the district municipalities supporting all the municipalities, unlike in KZN where districts are water service authority. But even ourselves in Mpumalanga, we're thinking of lobbying towards having these districts being water service authority. Let me share with you. The picture in Mpumalanga at the district level is far better compared to local municipality in terms of the human resource of councillors. Therefore, if these districts are given this greater responsibility, at least in the districts, I know this organization, when they normally deploy their seasoned former executive mayors, former speakers. You find all of us in the districts. That means we have sufficient capacity. But at the local level, it is me and you coming from the what, entering there. So probably if in Mpumalanga, as we're lobbying that the district must be having that power to be able to be a water service authority, probably it can assist because of the necessary capacity that is there. But ourselves as SALCA, what is our role? We do have what we call provincial working groups. Those provincial working groups, that means in each and every aspect of local government of a municipality, we break down the provincial executive committee of the members who are there to lead what we call provincial working groups. Provincial working groups is a grouping of councillors drawn throughout all municipalities who may be responsible probably for water, others may be responsible for environmental issues. That's where we also do the learning to those who are incoming in the process. But that's where we deal with policy matters in the working groups that affects all the municipalities in the province. And when there are issues of differences, those matters will be brought to the Provincial Executive Committee for their resolutions. So that's how also as SALCA, we continue to play the role of assisting municipality on all matters. We're using what we call provincial working group, where a group of councillors from all municipalities will partake directly and ensure that these issues are dealt with. And also councillors are able to take active participation in those working groups where we develop also frameworks. The issue of the refuse removal, I accept. Mr. Mokonyane, did I get the surname correct? Mokonyama, my apology, Mokonyama. Sorry for that. Yes, it is a problem. In all the municipalities, 17 of them, all of them, when you look at their percentage, refuse removal has been at a lowest in terms of the provisioning. And you may find that in all the municipalities, refuse removal is provided in towns, the old apartheid towns and some of the new townships that have emerged after democracy. But remember, we don't have an excuse of really not rendering these basic services. But let me just inform the Human Rights Commission what is the response of municipalities and what causes the failure. The failure is as a result of the expansion of the manner in which our people are settled. And Mpumalanga in particular is the most rural province. In most cases, our people are sparsely spread across this settlement, distances and so on and so on. Because of the question of funding that I saw also in our report, which is also a challenge, in order for us to provide the refuse removal service, we need human resource capacity. We do have the human resource capacity, but you may find that the capacity that is there is relatively linked to the existing towns. You also need equipments like your trucks and your bins, but that does not makes us to be really saying this is our excuse. But these are the things that municipalities will not really focus much of their budget. And these are quick wins, like we have already said. These are quick wins, but because of these slim budgets and all constraints, municipalities really decide not to really focus on that. What SALCA has done over the past 3 years, we have convened, I think, 3 summits over the past 4 years. These summits are around the issues of environmental management. They've set all over the 3 districts, wherein we bring experts who advise on how we should be managing environment, on how we should be dealing with waste management. But I can tell you, to be honest with you, those solutions that are being provided to us in those platforms, ourselves as a rural province like Mpumalanga, normally you may find that there are only few municipalities like your Gavenpegi, your Emalahleni, Steve Chete, that are able to use these latest technologies to deal with the issues of waste management. But by and large, solutions that are provided themselves, they require substantial amount of money